Hey friends, we're ready for our lesson today. First of all, everybody say hi, Miss Carla.
Hi, Miss Carla.
Miss Carla is here to teach with me today, and we're going to try to bump up this lesson because you guys are so smart and you're flying through it, so I want to make it better.
Today, second grade teacher Marlene Gannaway and reading coach Carla Stanford are reviewing the DGE pattern with their students at Burgess-Peterson Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. First up is a listening game to help students hear where the J sound lands in a word and why that matters for spelling.
Today we're going to ride the roller coaster, and the skill that we're listening for is I want you to warm up your brain for listening for the J sound. The word is jump. What's the word?
Jump.
Write it with me. J. Where did you hear the J sound?
At the beginning.
At the beginning. Good job, friends. Listen for this word. The word is bridge. What's the word?
Bridge.
Write it with me. Bridge. Where did you hear it?
At the end.
At the end of the roller coaster. Good job.
With listening ears all warmed up, it's time to review the different ways to spell the J sound.
So we have 3 ways to spell the J sound. Do you remember the 3 ways? I want you to just hold it in your brain. Do you remember the 3 ways? We just talked about the roller coaster, right? And we said that there were some words that had the J sound at the beginning. We spelled the J sound at the beginning of words like jump and jot with which letter?
J.
The next way we've learned is DGE. We're going to repeat the rule. Are you ready? We have a rule that goes along with this spelling. It's a short vowel rule, so we're going to say it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Immediately after in a 1-syllable word, when you hear the J sound, you spell it D-G-E. Yippee! Good job, friends. So we've also talked about GE. And there's lots of different ways that we can use GE. We can use GE when we hear the long vowel sound. Let's read this word. The word is stage. And there's another way that we use it, like in the word large. What's the vowel sound there? It can be tricky.
R.
Good job, large. I want to show you the last example of how we use GE in a word. We talked about the blockers, right? Or troublemakers, like L, R, and N. All right, friends. So now we're going to move into dictation. You're going to pull out your binders.
In dictation, students will hear a word and then decide whether to spell the J sound with DGE or GE. Miss Stanford guides them through the steps they'll take to arrive at the correct choice.
So we're going to think about how we spell the J sound. So when Ms. Gannaway gives you the word, you have to make a decision. This is a spelling decision you're making. So she's going to say the word, you're going to repeat it, you're going to tap it. When you get to that vowel, you're going to think, what decision do I need to make? And then you're going to point to the one that you would choose and give us a thumbs up so we can check before you write. Does that work?
Yes.
The words students are working with aren't random. They were intentionally chosen to both reinforce when to and when not to use the DGE rule.
All right, friends. Elbows up. Eyes up. Here we go. The word is huge. Repeat.
Huge.
Huge. Huge.
What do you hear? What do you guys hear?
Long vowel.
A long vowel sound. If we hear a long vowel sound, how are we going to spell the J sound? Everyone.
G-E.
Yes. Do you see what we had to do? We had to say the word. We had to tap and get to the vowel. We had to think about the vowel. And then we had to make our decision. That's a lot of work. You guys, that's amazing.
Ready? Next word. The word is lodge. What's the word?
Lodge.
Stop. Think. Tap. Point.
Where are we putting it?
D-G-E.
Make sure you have it.
Now Miss Stanford will bring some vocabulary work into this phonics lesson.
This word, lodge. Everyone say lodge.
Lodge.
Say it again, say lodge.
Lodge.
Okay, I'm going to give you a sentence and you repeat. The beaver built a lodge on the river. Repeat.
The beaver built a lodge on the river.
Thumbs up if you've ever heard of that meaning of lodge. Do you guys know about beavers?
Yes.
Do you know they build little homes? We call them a lodge. Say, a beaver builds a lodge.
A beaver builds a lodge.
Ms. Stanford intentionally chose lodge for this lesson to challenge students to think about context.
Have you ever been like to the mountains and there's a little cabin? And we don't stay there all the time. We might just visit on a vacation or something, and we might call it a mountain
Lodge.
Say it again, mountain
Lodge.
Oh my goodness. So we might think about the word lodge when we think about a mountain.
Lodge.
Okay, I have another one. What if I was in a hurry and I jammed all of my things inside of my desk? And I was like, oh my goodness, Ms. Gannaway asked me to get out my binder, and I can't. It is lodged in. Oh my goodness. What does that lodge mean?
It means stuck.
What does it mean?
Stuck.
You guys, that is amazing. You were word detectives. You took this one word, and now we know 3 meanings.
Now the class will move into sentence dictation, where they'll use all of the new skills they've been practicing.
We're going to do it in phrases first. The large barge, repeat.
The large barge
Misjudged
misjudged
and got lodged
and got lodged
under the bridge.
under the bridge.
Okay, I'm going to say the whole thing. You listen. Think about what it means. Think about all the words. The large barge misjudged and got lodged under the bridge. Your turn. The large barge misjudged and got lodged under the bridge.
After writing down and checking their sentence chock full of DGE and GE words, the last step is to review for meaning.
The large barge misjudged and got lodged
Under the bridge.
This word lodged. Now, we can think about which of those meanings are we going to use in this sentence. Are we going to use the beaver lodge?
No.
No. Are we going to use like the mountain cabin lodge?
No.
No, but are we going to use the lodge that means
Stuck.
Is that the one? Did your brain automatically do that?
Yes.
That is amazing. Because what happens is when we have words by themselves, we don't really know what meaning, but your brain made the choice. Did your brain make the right choice?
Yes.
Excellent. That's such great work. Pat yourselves on the back, friends. Excellent job, friends.
Reading Universe is made possible by generous support from Jim and Donna Barksdale, the Hastings Quillen Fund, an advised fund of the Silicon Valley Community Foundation, the AFT, the Emily Hall Tremaine Foundation, and anonymous donors. Special thanks to Burgess-Peterson Academy and Atlanta Public Schools. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel at RU Teaching. Reading Universe is a service of WETA Washington, D.C., the Barksdale Reading Institute, and First Book.